Hi, and welcome back to another video. This morning I'm going to be showing you how to do a stitch. This is called the Russian spiral, and I'll go down on Zoom so you can get a really good look at the pattern, and that's what it looks like. Absolutely beautiful stitch. This is just a beaded rope with a lot of flexibility to it. This is just lightweight. There's so much movement. Very beginner friendly, beyond beginner friendly. Two things you need to know: how to work with large amounts of thread and tension. And I'm talking tension every time we go around. Pull as hard as you can pull. You feel like you're gonna snap the piece, but you're not, I promise. I've done millions of these. So I did kind of like a mock version to show you if your tension isn't good, this is what you're gonna get. See all these gaps and these holes and all that thread showing, and the beads are moving way too much. It is supposed to be a little slinky like this, but definitely not like this to where you can see through the entire piece. So all it is tension and lots of thread. So I am going to just show you how to do the stitch with these loud colors. But then also, if you want to do one like this to do the ends, I'm going to show you how to finish one that I have in progress here. This has a bead cap on it, and this is just one of these really cool spacer beads that I've had lying around. So I will be showing you how to do this end, and it's the identical way as I did this end. So once I show you how to do this part, you'll know how to do the other side as well. So we're gonna jump right in. What's wonderful is we only need two different seed beads, 8s and 11s, and then a clasp of your choice. And if you want some accent beads, I'm using these Melon beads, and these are 6mm, and then a spacer, and I'm using a toggle clasp today, but that's all optional, all up to you. However you want to end it is, all up to you, your design. And then you'll need your stringing material. Today I'm using Fireline 8-pound test and a size 11 beading needle. So you're going to want to pull 3 yards of thread for this project. I have just a little demo piece here, and this is going to be the pattern. So we're going to start with 1 8 and 2 11s, 1 8 and 2 11s, and we'll do that for 3 times until we have 9 beads on. And then we're going to drop it down, and you're going to leave an 8 to 10-inch tail, and that's if you're adding your accent beads and all that good stuff, and that'll give you plenty of room to do all that. All right, so I dropped it down, then I turn the work like this, and I'll wrap it around my finger. So the tail now is here, and my working thread is here. I'm just going to come back around and go through all the beads again, just like this, 2 times. So don't move your fingers, just go through it twice. And then we're going to step out through this 8 and the next 11, and we'll be all prepared and ready to start. So now I just wrap, pull, and we're ready to begin. Now the hardest part is starting, because there's nothing to hold on to. So the first couple stitches you're gonna think, what a pain, but trust me, once you get going with this, it's amazing. This will always be your repeat. 1 8, 2 11s. Now this is just how I do it. We're gonna skip the next 8 in the round and just go into the 11 right after that 8. Put my needle down and I pull. And I'm going to turn. This is stitch number 2, an 8 and 2 11s. I'm going to go down a little bit for you guys. And then skip the next 8, go into the 11 right after that. And it's going to look weird and messy. Don't get lost. Just hang on. Here's our very important step up. 8 and 2 11s, excuse me. We're going to jump this 8 and we're going to run through this 11, 8, and the next 11. And it's going to get easier to pick them all up as we go around too. So we went through a total of 3 beads. Now, take your work and start pulling and pinching like this. And we want this kind of a shape, just like this, because we're going to start building the tube now. But I'm keeping mine a little loose, just so you'll be able to get a good idea of the step up. That's the very important part. So here we go, 8, 2 11s, jump this next 8, and go into the 11 right after that. So 8, I won't keep saying it because I sound like repeat over here. And jump that 8, go into the next one. And then one more time, this is our step up stitch. This is our third one. So now we're going to skip this 8 and go through these 3, 11, 8, 11. That's always going to be your step up. And give it a really good pull. And you can start to see how it's forming already. And once you have something to hold on to, this moves rapidly. So here we go. And then we're going to skip that 8, go right through the 11, right after that 8. Again, and here's our step up. And I'm slowly turning like this as I go. So just remember, skip that 8 and go through these 3. And I like to pick them all up at once, just like that, so I don't forget. And then I'm going to pull down harder because I feel a lot of movement. And I always keep one of these beading awls on hand in case you start to get too aggressive and you're losing the shape. Just pop this in there and it straightens everything out. And I had to get a new one. I broke my old one. I do not know what is wrong with me. I don't know how you can break that beading awl. So I went and got a heavy duty one. And if I break that one, then I need like anger management classes or something, because that is a solid piece right here. Super cool. All right, sorry, I got way off subject. Okay, so an 8, 2 11s, skip that 8, go into the next 11. See how much easier it's going to get now that you can see better. Right into the next 11. Here comes our step up. Right, so we'll skip this 8 and go right through this 11, 8, 11. And give it a really good pull. Pull down. Don't be afraid. And I'll show you a few more rounds and then I'll just show you how to end the clasp. And that's it. That's how simple the stitch is. So much fun. So that's stitch number 1. 2, and I kind of will keep counting in my head so that way I don't forget the step up. And I don't like the looks of that 11 there. Okay, so skip that 8 and we'll go through these 3. 1, 2, 3. And I have 2 8s on there. Oh, Alicia. Some days. Sorry about that. 1 8 and 2. That's the one I did not like. 2 11s. Okay, then we're stepping up now through 11, 8, 11. And I got to pull down. I have got to pull down a little bit, excuse me. There we go. Because you want to keep that nice shape. So So again, it's always an 8, 2 11s. Skip that next 8, pick up the 11 right after that, pull. And you can hear I make it snap in there. Skip that next 8, go into that 11 and pull. Here's my step up. So skip that 8 and run right up those 3. And that's about as simple as it gets. And give it a good pull. And there's your pattern forming. Really, really pretty. I'm definitely going to keep this colorway going too. So I'll just show you a couple more times because it gets easier as you go. Skip the 8 into the next 11. Pick up your pattern. Skip the 8, next 11. Our third and our step up. Skip that 8 and go through 3. That's pretty much all you need to know. Pull down. It's very addictive. This is one of those stitches I just get lost in. And you can make a really long necklace and just, you know, attach the ends and have it slip over your head, and that would look beautiful too. Oh, it's so beautiful out today. I'm actually able to breathe out here, and looks like the sun is trying to poke out. All right, my step up, 1, 2, 3. Pop my needle down, and I'm gonna pull. Oh, nice breeze coming in. What a difference. We had some pretty major thunderstorms last night, but wow, was it worth it to get the humidity out of here, because it was very difficult to breathe. So I'm talking, and if I lose my way, which I did, just remember the thread path is going this way. So I know I'm going to skip this 8 and go into this 11. So you really can't get lost in this stitch either, which is what I like. Just round and round with your very important step up. And here it is right here. 1, 2, 3. Put my needle down, pull down, and there you go. So I'm going to move on to one that's in progress, just so I can show you, if this is something you like, how to add a little something special on there. So at the very end, you're just going to take the time to go through each and every bead, and I've already done that, so it's very tight, but you will go through the 8, the 2 11s, the 8, the 2 11s, all the way around, and I don't want to make it too tight for me in here to show you. And then you're going to just step out of an 8. And I want to pinch that a little bit tighter. And now I'm just going to add my beautiful spacer and my melon bead. I'm sorry, this is an 8 millimeter. I think I said 6 in the beginning, but that's an 8 millimeter. And then I'm going to use a size 8 and then pick up 5. I added 5 here, so I'm going to do 5 on this end as well. Same exact thing. Spacer, melon bead, 8, 5 seed beads, and then the toggle. And we're just going to skip that toggle and run right back through all the beads. So through all 5, the 8, the melon bead, the spacer. I'm going to leave it loose for a moment, but I want to pull down. Okay, so I just want it evened out. I want this centered like that. And so if I try to go to the 8, see how it's going to be crooked right there? So what I do is I just use my thread as a guide, so I know I'm trying to do this without covering up the work. I'm going to pick up this 11 right here, and it's going to even out, or 2. I'm going to pick up these 2 11s. So we're going to get it to lay nice and straight, and it still looks absolutely horrible, so don't worry. We went through those 2 11s. Now we're just going to run right back up all these beads again and around the clasp. Careful not to snag. right back down again. And I'm keeping it loose to show you, but we're going to step out that spacer, and now I'm going to give it a good pull, and I want to see how it fits and feels, and see how there's still, it's not anchored well right there. Use your thread as a guide. See how I'm pulling down? I know I'm going to attach it right to that 8 right there. And then we're going to be beautifully centered. So right there, I'm going to pick that 8 up. And wiggle around and pull. And then I'm going to make sure before I go and anchor it that it looks good. That's absolutely beautiful. All right, so keep your tension high right now and weave away from that area. And start weaving down into the work. And I already have several pieces of thread going on in here, so I've got to pull. So now I'm just going to go down. Do not be aggressive here. Use a nice, gentle hand because you will distort the pattern if you crank down and throw in a knot someplace and make it buckle. But we do need some knots, and the 8s are where I like to hide them. So I'm going to pick up that thread space right in between that 8 and that 11. Before I pull that loop, I put my needle in and I pop in a knot, and I'm going to do that twice. And again, I am not being aggressive. And then I'm going to go through and turn, and I'm just going to keep going away from that area. And I'm going to throw in, got caught up there, I'm going to throw in just 2 more knots right here. So right after that 8, I'm going to pick up that thread space again, throw in 2 knots. And this is just me being me, overly doing everything like I normally do. But if you're going to go through all the work, you want to make sure it's nice and secure. All right. And then I would weave away. I want to roll it out, make sure everything looks good. And then I'm going to burn that off. And that's how you attach the end. And you do the same thing on the other side, and you have a beautiful piece. And it's big enough for the clasp to go through. That's why you string 5 beads, so you have enough to fit right through the toggle without it giving you a hard time. So I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. There's a couple different examples. This is just one of those stitches you just let go, have fun. And if you don't want to decorate the ends, you don't have to. Just put a bead cap on it, put a button on it, whatever you decide. It's your decision. And I hope you all have fun. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you really soon. Take care. Bye-bye.